there! I'm Rita Spalding. I'm the visiting artist for the Children's Museum of Indianapolis. Since you're not able to come out and see us right now, I'm going to teach you how to draw a realistic looking still life using light and shadow. I've found a pretty little pair in the kitchen, and I've got my crayons, my favorite ones. I've got some greens and yellows and browns and I think a dark purple and a blue. And I've got my pad of paper, and so I'm going to get a really quick little sketch here done quickly. Just getting the outside shape of my pear, like that. Curves up to the top, and there's the stem. I'll put the stem in right here. It has like a little knob at the top. And then I'm going to make a note of where the lines are, where the light and the shadow come together. So there's kind of a definition of that. So I've got it, the color that I've got in my hand is a nice green color, kind of a darker green. So I'm going to go ahead and color in those nice big shapes of just the shadow side. Just like that. And I'm kind of drawing all in the same direction on that and kind of filling it all in. Now I'm going the opposite direction to color in all the white. There we go. And then now I'm going to get some, I have a really light, pale yellow, kind of a yellow green. See what's it called? Yeah, green yellow. And so I'm going to use the light side here, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to color in the whole thing. There we go. And so that is super light. So now I'm going to move up. I'm going to start layering my color. And I'm going to see if I can darken that up just a little bit. There we go. That's maybe a little better. So I'm going to use a different color, green yellow, to go over the top of it. There we go. And then where these two meet, I'm going to kind of go over the top of that bluish green that I put in first. There we go. And then I'm going to find another, slightly darker green, and I'm going to fill in down here where my shadow is. I'm going to make it even darker down in here, because when I look over here, there's a light behind me from this direction back here, and as you see it's falling across my pear, it's really light on this side and this side is super dark. So I'm going to make sure that this side reads really nice and dark. There we go. And it's especially dark underneath where the light can't get to it. So kind of on the bottom side as it curves away, and then as it faces the fabric of the cloth that's underneath it. So I'm going to keep darkening that in just a little more. And I'm doing a cross hatching back and forth to get the color just dark enough, a little richer. There we go. Now I'm going to find kind of a medium green. Let's see, what else have I got? Here's a good one. Let's try this. This one is called Screamin' Green. That's a good color. Now I'm going to soften this little transition here so that it's not quite so harsh. And that will help make that, create the roundness of the turn. So I'm putting that like right up next to that darker part. And I'm just kind of building it up. And you know what, I'm going to reach back and get this bluish green that I started with, and I'm going to feather that in there as well. So I'm going to use that to kind of just build into that turn just a little bit. There we go. There we go. Let's see. Yeah, so you can start to get a little bit of a shape there. I'm going to build that up a little more as well. And then now I'm going to reach over and get one of my darkest colors. I've got, what's this one called? This one's called Outer Space. It's kind of a really dark purpley blue. And I'm going to use that to put a shadow underneath here. I'm going to make it nice and dark. And then I'm going to pull a shadow, like a little cast shadow that comes out like from my pear. And then the closer the shadow is to the pear, the darker it is. So I'm going to make it darker up next to the pear, and then as I get out farther, I'm going to make it a little lighter. And then I'm going to make it darker in here again, and I'm going to combine, I'm going to draw right into the pear, just cover that line up just a little bit. So it's, there we go. And I'm going to darken that up here just a little more. There we go. I've got another one here. This is a purple. It's called Royal Purple. And I'm going to try this one. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to just build up a little more purple in there and make that nice and rich and dark. Ooh, that's a pretty color. There we go. And again, I'm going to keep the shadow, the closer to the pear, the darker it gets. So there we go. There. And then now I'm going to find, let's see, I've got, what is this? I still have to do my stem. There's a little stem at the top. And this one is called Antique Brass, and it's kind of a dark metallic color. And I'm going to paint just the back side of my stem, like there, the darkest side, and a little bit at the bottom. Because when I look at that, it's the darkest at the very bottom. I'm going to paint there and then get that little top. And I'm leaving part of it, about half of it, undone. And let's see, what's another good color? This one is called Castor. Let's, that looks a little darker, so I'm going to put just a little darker on that shadow side, like that. And then what color should we use? Let's see if I can find something silver or gray. Oh, here's a pretty color. This one is called Periwinkle. It's a little light, kind of a light purpley gray. And I'll put that on the light side of the stem. So there we go. So that's how we paint a realistic looking still life using light and shadow. We use our observational skills to look at what's in front of us and to decide where the darkest part is and where the lightest part is. And then we find our colors that best match, and but we keep building up. So when you do that little cross hatching back and forth, you can build up some really pretty color. So anyway, hope that was helpful. And thanks so much for joining us today. We're so glad to bring you the Children's Museum at Home, and we'd love to see what you create. So if you can send in what you've created on social media and share with the hashtag TCM at Home, TCM, the Children's Museum, TCM at Home. We'd love to see what you create. Thanks so much for joining us today, and we'll see you again real soon. Bye.